and welcome back to Crochet at My House. So I've been quite busy this week. We went out and did some shopping, so I'll show that at the end. I finished a couple of things. I've got a few works in progress, some that are like almost finished but still need like little bits and pieces added, just lots of things. First of all, I'm going to show this, which I did show last week, but he didn't have his legs attached. Legs are attached now and looking really nice. Really love the googly eye effect that I put on. And his ears. And this is all from one cake out of Aldi. It's a pink variegated kind of cake. I just did different shades. So this, and this are a light shade, and this is like the super hot pink shade, and then these are kind of a darkish, bit dulled down kind of pink. It looks really nice. And that pattern is from this book, Whimsical Stitches, which is in the farm section. I have different ones bookmarks. So this is what it's supposed to look like. This is the pig. They do have the feet a different colour. I opted not to do that, but that's what the pattern is. I just made my pig's legs solid. I think it looks super cute, and I love how this little curly tail turned out. It's kind of funny, it's kind of pointing off to the side and then curling up. It's cute. So that's the first thing I finished, which my aunt was actually helping with the sewing this time. And the other thing I finished is this lovely, big, beautiful basket. This pattern is by Jada and Stitches, and as you can see, it is really big. Like, this is a really big project, and don't mind the light over here, that's my lights. Yeah, I've just got my cardigan sitting in it at the moment to kind of show how much it could hold. It's still got room in there, like this thing can hold a lot. And I used one of those balls from up there, which are also from Aldi, in that colourway that I'm pointing at. I used a solid purple colour from Stylecraft and a ball of solid iron pink from Aldi. So I just held them 3 strands like you're supposed to. Here's the bottom. It kind of goes from super pale blue, darker blue, then there's purple, pink, and then it comes back to that super pale blue, but it does have the other colours among it as well. I think it looks really cute. And it was really quick and easy to make, really. It won't take me a day or two. I did use a different hook size. I don't actually have a 10, like a 10 that actually makes the stitches big enough. I have one that's supposed to be a 10, but it's really chiseled in at the end, so it kind of messes with the tension. So I actually did this with a 12 that I had, so it's a little bit more loose than maybe some of hers are, but it's not too bad. It's still pretty soft. I can't pull the stitches apart that much, it's just a little bit looser. So that's my finished things. Of course, that's a Jada and Stitches pattern. And I will try and remember and link everything. If I do forget something, I do apologise, but I do try and link everything that I mentioned. Now, I have a couple of whips down here, and they've got their hooks attached. So I was having a project hook to another project problem. Anyway, this is one of them. It's a mug cozy. This is bright orange. It is technically kind of finished, it just needs a button. And I'm planning to add some green around the top to make it kind of look like a carrot. And then I have this one that I'm working on, which you can tell isn't finished, hook still attached and everything. This is another mug cozy in the exact same pattern. And it's bright blue. I think I have a pattern over here. This pattern is one of my favourite patterns for mug cozies. So here it is. It's Good Morning Mug Hug. It's a red heart pattern, and I think I got it off of Yarnspirations or something like that. But it's one of my favourite patterns for mug cozies because you can use these ones on like a big tall travel mug that you don't need a handle space. But you could also use it on something like this. Like this can get on here, and you could technically use it because it has a handle space. So if you had the button, you'd put the button on and flip it round. Which, depending on the size of your mug, obviously this cup is a little bit awkward sized, but you could flip it over the top here, or you could flip it under here. And if you don't have a handle, then you just put it to the button and it stays round. So that's what it looks like. I like it because you can do that. You can use it on something that has a handle, or you could use it on something that doesn't, which makes it more versatile. Now, the last work in progress I have here, I started it just before doing the live because I wanted something to work on. So here it is. I have made some progress on it, as you can see. It's kind of getting bigger. Well, technically it's getting smaller because it comes in as you make it, but it's getting bigger as in it's got more done. And then that's it. So this is from this book here, which is the Under 100 Crochet Collection by Knit Picks. And it's this one here, which is the Liana shawl. I'm not sure exactly how you're supposed to say that. I just keep saying Liana, but yeah, that's what it is. It's a shawlette. And that's what I'm working on. So that is all of my works in progress and finished things. So the last things I've been working on this week were some colouring pages. Here's one. I think that's pretty darn close on the colours. This is a Crayola patterned escapes colouring book, and this just has all sorts of random stuff in it. And I coloured all of this in with Crayola crayons. It's one of my favourite things to colour in with. I haven't been working on any more in this book this time, but that's it finished. I did do some really wacky colours this time. The background colour is cobalt blue, if I remember correctly. And then all the other colours I used as bright and stand out as possible. Like this is a neon orange, and this is a super dark pink. And like I used all the neons, and then I used just really bright colours. The last colouring page I was working on this week is from this book here, which is almost finished. It's Nature Colour by Number, and it says Duncan Smith at the bottom. And the one I worked on this week is right here. So it's kind of a landscape sort of picture, and what you're seeing is like this is the sky up here, and then this is kind of like, if you piece of land, I think, maybe. If it's trying to show water and sky. If not, it's just sky. But I do kind of think that's maybe a piece of land. Cutting it in half because it's kind of reflecting-ish. So this up here is definitely the sky. Then this is either water or more sky. And then it has black areas, which palm trees and some little buildings. And it's a landscape instead of portrait. There aren't many more pictures in this to do, so I should be finished this book soon. And this is one of my favourite colouring books. The other one's just nice, it just has fun patterns. And lastly, what we did is we went out. We went out for kind of a day trip to the shops, and we got a bunch of different things. First of all, I will show you some yarn I got. I got two different ones. So this is the first one. It's called Baby Print Sparkle. It's a DK, 100 grams, 95% acrylic and 5% lyrics. And you can kind of see it is sparkly. It's a light purple, and then it has flecks of dark and light pink and purple in it, along with the lovely sparkle effect, which is kind of a petrol kind of colour sparkle. And then the other one is Yarn Fair Sherbet Ombre DK. It's 100% acrylic and 100 grams, and its shade is pink and blue. So that's what it looks like. I think it's showing up fairly well. There's a bunch of shades of pinks and blues in it, and some kind of purple bits. I don't know, the other one doesn't have a name, it just has a shade number. Then we went to a bunch of charity shops, which are some of my favourite kind of stores to go in, and we got lots and lots of DVDs. So I have all the DVDs in front of me, along with something else. Oh, we got this one, which we watched this one the other day. It is funny, and I have watched it before apparently, but I didn't truly remember it because it was a long time ago. It's 27 dresses. We got Only Yesterday, which is an anime. This is all in Japanese. It does have English subtitles, but it does make it a little harder to follow. But it was a good story, and I kind of liked listening to it and reading it at the same time. We have Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2, which we watched the other day there. It's a really funny film. Fast and Furious, which it's got guns and running around and stuff in it. Got this thing called The Quiet Man. I do apologise for the interruption. There was a person at the door. I think this is the one I was mentioning last, so this is The Quiet Man. Never watched it, but something that we got. We also got this Italian jug. Looks like it has something to do with cars. We have Robin Hood. I really enjoyed this film, it's a good one. There are many different versions of Robin Hood, but that's one I like. Then we have this one, which is Big Business. Looks interesting. I can't remember if I've ever watched it. I do sort of recognise it. The King's Speech. I have watched this before. I watched it in the cinema actually. It was really good. When I saw it, I just have it, and I wanted my sister to watch it. Got Pride and Prejudice. This is something I just wanted to watch. I've seen the ad for it a million times because we have a DVD that has the ad. And I saw it and I went, yeah, I want to try and watch that. We also have Wallace and Gromit, which is a good, funny kind of story thing. I've always enjoyed Wallace and Gromit. We have Stuart Little. Stuart Little is a really good film, and I kind of picked it up because I wanted my sister to see it. I think she has seen it before when she was really little, but she doesn't remember. Got Rio 2, which is the second Rio film. I haven't watched the second one, so it'll be interesting. Basically, none of us have seen the second Rio, but we have the first Rio, so hopefully it'll be good. And this is one my sister specifically picked. She's Air Buddies and Snow Buddies. She likes Air Buddies, so yeah. I think they're pretty good. The last kind of store we went to was a Polish shop. Now, me and my sister have been kind of learning about Poland recently, not for any particular reason. I started looking things up because I was looking for a recipe that I'm just looking for a recipe that tastes like something I had before. At my first communion when I was 9, there was a little boy who was also getting his first communion, and he happened to be Polish, and his family and that brought all sorts of food to the church. And one of the things they brought with them was chicken with this yellow sauce. They did kind of tell us at the time what was in it, kind of vaguely, but it was a really long time ago, so no one really remembers. And so I've just been looking to see if I could find this recipe. And along the way, I've came across many other recipes and have been trying things. So we just kind of made it a thing that could learn about Poland while I'm trying recipes. And so while we were in the Polish shop, I picked up these two like seasoning packets. This one is a cheese sort of sauce with chicken, which sounds good and interesting. We googled it to figure out what it was saying. As we did speak to the woman that was in the store, her English wasn't like great, so we were kind of going back and forth trying to figure things out. Now this is another one, which is a pasta bake looking thing, and I think that's what it said when we looked it up. It was some sort of pasta bake, and it has like ham, cheese, pasta, you know, a general pasta bake, but I thought it looked good, so that's what I got. Yeah. Oh yeah, and she let us get these. She had them in a little bowl. Now apparently these are Polish candy. They're a little boiled sweet, and they really packed a lot of flavour, even though they were itty bitty little things. I enjoyed having those. So that was our shopping trip. We actually stopped at the park on the way home, like on the way from the shops, and it was fun. It was a good day. Yeah, and I've been doing stuff. So my question this week, I suppose, would be: is there any interesting recipes that you've been trying recently? One of the interesting recipes we tried recently is called City Chicken, and it's became one of our new favourites, even though it has absolutely no chicken in it. It's pork that's been kind of battered. You put in egg and then you put in flour, and then you fry them. You put them in a casserole dish, and then you put them with mushroom soup and mushroom stock cubes, and then you cook it for a really long time. I will try and link that as well if anyone wants to try the city chicken. It was a really good recipe. So remember to like, subscribe and comment down below, and ring the bell for notifications every time I put up a video.